Embark on the JoJo journey, where laughter meets life, adventure unfolds, and the essence of who you are comes alive. I'm Javon Baker, and you're watching JoJo Talk. So, today's topic is what Disney taught me. And I came across this topic when I was going down a rabbit hole of Disney songs. So, technically, this is what Disney taught me music and what Disney taught me with a couple of quotes. I went down another rabbit hole preparing for this, realizing that Disney has had their hands on a lot of different things. And so today I'm kind of focusing on the princesses and focusing on a couple of random ones that I personally like. So, disclaimer. These are in no certain order. They're not in the order of my favorites. They're not in the order of most popular. They're not in the order of most box office views. Not at all. I didn't get into all that. They are just in the order of what came to my mind randomly. And another disclaimer, there will be a part two because, as my friend told me, Marvel's a part of Disney, Lilo and Stitch is a part of Disney, 101 Dalmatians is a part of Disney. Like, they have had their hands on everything, like I said. So we're not getting into all of that. I just want you to go down this rabbit hole of special movies such as Moana, Frozen, The Greatest Showman, Lion King, Pocahontas. I could go on and on. So let's check it out. So your girl was given many talents and many gifts. Singing is not one of them. I can do harmony, I can match a note, I can sing with a choir. However, I'm not going to sing these songs because you would probably turn off this episode. I just want to simply read off some of the lyrics to certain songs so you understand how much Disney taught me in reference to my personal life and maybe you can relate to it. So, first off, Moana. I can't tell you why, but I've watched it so many times. When I had my little goddaughter here, Jelani, when she was growing up, we watched it 10,000 times. And the first song that comes to mind is How Far I'll Go. I've been staring at the edge of the water as long as I can remember, never really knowing why. Wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I take, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, though I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know if I go, there's just no telling how far I go. Period. Like, if that does not, like, you don't identify with the struggle of trying to get somewhere and push yourself forward and to be somebody that they don't want you to be, and you want to follow your own dreams, and at the same time you feel like you have this responsibility for your family. Like, you owe them, but you don't owe them at the sacrifice of yourself. Period. So, Moana, there's 1,000 other songs that you have did for us, and I thank you, Disney, for giving us a princess like Moana. Up next, Elsa and Anna. I give you Frozen. So Frozen to me is actually my ringtone. I'm not kidding. Like, back in the day, how you used to have ringtones, you used to put the phone up against the radio or CD so you could record it and it'd be a ringtone. Well, I'm not that old. I was just able to download it 10 years ago and actually upload it to my phone. It's still my ringtone. And the number one song, Let It Go. I'm not saying number one because it is number one. I'm just saying it's number one in my heart. Let It Go. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small, and the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I am one with the wind and the seas. Let it go like a skull. You'll never see me cry. Here I stand and here I stay. Let the storm rage on. So I might fumble a little bit with these words. That's because I'm really excited. I'm trying not to sing it because, again, you don't hear that. But Let It Go was definitely number one in my heart for Frozen because it reminds me that everything isn't meant to be held on to. The worries and the stress of your past and the toxic relationships, you forgive. You don't have to forget, but you forgive. And then you let it go. And you feel better. You move on with your life because nothing can hold you back when you let it go. I am willing to bet that as soon as I say the title of this movie, everyone is going to get excited and want to hear more details than I actually have time to give you. This movie, I would be willing to bet, is one that everyone has seen, and a song that everyone knows in this movie. Specifically, when I say Hakuna Matata, what do you think? Correct. It means no worries. So definitely Lion King is absolutely one of the top rated movies in my life. They made a live action version. And I'm not saying anything was wrong with the live action version. I mean, I love Beyonce. I'm a beehive. However, some movies should not be made a live action. And Lion King is one of them. Stick with Lion King. Stick with Lion King 2. Stick with, which is called Simba Pride. Stick with Lion King 1.5 with Timon and Pumbaa. You did not have to go turn that into real live lions. It's not necessary. So the song I picked from it was obviously Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. But then Circle of Life. Remember the beginning of it? Yeah, so I don't have the copyright, so I can't play it for y'all. But definitely Circle of Life opened it up. But with Hakuna Matata, it reminds me of not my monkey, not my circus, period. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata. So that's one of my favorite right there. Along with I Can't Wait to Be King. But the Lion King, some of these movies, some of these Disney characters need an episode of their own. So I'm going to keep going. After Lion King, for me, is Pocahontas. Pocahontas. I am so happy that no one has ever tried to recreate Pocahontas because it is just something you cannot do. They made a second one. It was okay. But nothing is like the original one. And so many songs, but you have to respect Colors of the Wind. You think the people who are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Then also I walk around the house and I sing, you think that I'm an ignorant savage. You've been so many places, I guess it must be so. But still I cannot see. If the savage one is me, how can there be so much that you don't know? And then you don't know. Anyway, so Pocahontas is everything for me. 1 and kind of 2. Then you have Mulan. Oh man, that movie right there. I loved it. So when I did musical theater in high school, Reflections was one of the first songs I auditioned to. And it says, look at me. You may think you see who I really am, but you'll never know me. Every day it is if I play a part. Now I see if I wear a mask, I can fool the world, but I cannot fool my heart. Who is the girl I see staring straight back at me? When will my reflection show who I am inside? And then the part I didn't put in there, it says, I will never pass for a perfect bride or a perfect daughter. There's no such thing as perfect. God is the only perfect person that I know. And look at your reflections. It's like Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. Like, start with yourself and identify who you are, because that's the way you're going to get ahead in life, is realizing who you are, who you're meant to be, your purpose. So those are just 3. Lion King, Pocahontas, and Mulan. So you know how they talk about America's Sweetheart. I don't know specifically who they call America's Sweetheart, but I do know that this princess is number 1 in a lot of people's heart. I'm not saying she's not number 1 in mine. I'm just saying a lot of people, they have made so many remakes of this movie. It would take me, again, an entire episode to explain how many movies they made about this one story. And that is Cinderella. Cinderella. The glass slipper. The beginning of all Disney princesses. However, not really, because if you go back and look at the timeline, princesses like Snow White came before them. I don't have my timeline on my computer right now, but just do your research. She wasn't the first. It's just the one that stands out the most because I think of her story. But the song I picked from the movie is A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. So it just says, a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you will lose your heartaches. Whatever you wish for, you keep. Hey, that's like the movie Wish, which is not on my list, which is a totally different random thought, which I just watched Disney, and you give away your wishes and then you forget them. So this is kind of cool. Okay, back to Cinderella. Have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dreams that you wish will come true. And I like that because I'm living in my dream. I'm living in my moment of praying for this to be a reality, and it finally is. So that's Cinderella. Remix. Okay, so they can have this Cinderella because my Cinderella is who? Brandy. Brandy and Whitney Houston killed in Cinderella. The song I love is called Impossible. And I can't even sing all the words because impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden cherish. Impossible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And four white mice will never be four white horses. Such fiddly do and fiddly dee, of course, impossible. But the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in the sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say and believe these doffs and something I dopes keep building up impossible hopes. Impossible things are happening every day. If you truly have not seen this movie, please go watch it. It's phenomenal. So you've got Cinderella, and all the remakes they've done with the live actions that they've done for that. And then you got Brandy over here with Whitney Houston. So that's what I like about Cinderella. So what I love about this is the authenticity. I am just recording these, y'all, and just really enjoying the magic that Disney draws you into. And this next one, this movie, every character development, from the mom, from the dad, to the daughter, to the cousin, to the aunts, to the grandma. Yes, I'm talking about no one other than Encanto. Yeah, Encanto has so many songs. Like, we don't talk about Bruno, period. The opening number, period. But my favorite, and the one I identify most with, is Surface Pressure. So, not singing. I'm going to try to go through these very fast so that you get why it's my favorite. Because every lyric, there was a whole TikTok trend with this song, Surface Pressure. And this is why. I'm the strong one. I'm not nervous. I'm as tough as the crush and the earth is. I move mountains. I move churches. And I glow because I know what my worth is. I don't ask how hard the work is. Got a rough and destructive surface. Diamonds and platinums. I find them. I flatten them. I take what I'm banded. I break what demanded. And then under the surface, then jumps down to, it's pressure like a drip, drip, drip that never stops. Pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till you just go pop. Give it to your sister. Your sister's older. Give it all the heavy things we can shoulder. Oh, am I if I can't? Who am I if I can't run with the ball? Then, but wait. If I could shake the crushing weight of expectations, would that free some room up for joy or relaxation, or simply pleasure? Instead, we measure the growing pressure. Keep growing, keeps growing, because all we know is pressure like a drip, drip, drip that never stops. Pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till you just go pop. Give it to your sister, it doesn't hurt, and see if she can handle every family burden. Watch as she buckles and bends but never breaks. No mistakes, just pressure. Give it to your sister and never wonder if the same pressure would have pulled you under. Who am I if I don't have what it takes? No cracks, no breaks, no mistakes, no pressure. If you haven't seen the video to that, if you haven't seen all the characters from the grandmother, from the little cousin who can talk to animals. I mean, like, this whole family killed. So Encanto and Moana are my favorite movies. Just putting that out there. I'll watch them all day over and over. And I'll sing all their songs. And that's just my truth. So, okay. So time to wrap up part 1 of what Disney taught me. And I would be doing a disservice to myself if I did not talk about the Cheetah Girls, specifically Cheetah Girls 1. I used to say I looked like Raven Simone growing up, and I was a big fan of That's So Raven. And so when Cheetah Girls came out, my whole entire world changed. Like Cheetah. There's a difference between Cheetah and Leopard Print. We'll do an episode on that too. But the song I love was Cheetah Sisters. There's a time when we all choose to either quit or follow through, to just lose faith or trust your heart to somehow lead you through the dark. Without the only one who's dreaming, who needs help to carry on. We might get lonely, but we're not alone. because we are sisters. We stand together. We make up one big family, though we don't look the same. Our spots are different colors. We make each other stronger. That ain't never gonna change. We're cheetah girls. We're cheetah sisters. So I've been a cheetah girl, cheetah-licious sister for, I'll be 30 this year, so 20 years, over 20 years. There's a difference between obsession and passion, and I've got all of them for cheetah and the leopard print. So that's definitely how I want to wrap it up. And then quotes from Alice in Wonderland that are just really, really important. Alice in Wonderland, it says, "Not all who wander are lost. Every adventure requires a first step. I'm not crazy. My reality is just different from yours. Only a few find the way. Some don't recognize it when they do. Some don't ever want to." And then this one is from my sister Bianca, and it says, "There is no use in going back to who I was yesterday. I was a different person then." And I'll let that speak for itself because that needs no explanation. The part 2, I'm definitely going to hit on Princess and the Frog. I have not forgot about Tiana and how big of that was for my generation to have a first Black Disney princess, period. Then I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Tangled, Brave, 101 Dalmatians, Sleeping Beauty with Aurora, Snow White, and just many, many more. I mean, Hercules. I think I had a song for Hercules, didn't I? Cooper the Gladiator, Hercules, Go the Distance. I have often dreamed of a far place where a great warm welcome will be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be." I will find my way. I can go the distance. I'll be there someday if I can be strong. I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to feel like I belong. And that's it. Thank you for watching JoJo Talk. Until next time, remember, not my monkey, not my circus. Life's already a circus, and not every monkey is your responsibility. And y'all remember when Disney had the wand? I can't do it. Now it just has like a little the thing. So different Disney logos we've gone through over time. But the original with the castle will always be how I remember Disney. So thanks for watching.